All right, guys, we need to discuss something that I think is really important. I think we're making I ain't making a mistake, but I think a lot of people are being led down the wrong path with this whole funeral and idolization of a dope fiend and a criminal, and how this thing is being pushed. This thing is being pushed in a direction where spiritually, if you're not paying attention, we're headed down a wrong path. Let me show you something. So this is the problem that I have with this, as me and my wife and other folks discuss this whole issue. The thing that was real striking was this man went home in a casket, in a golden casket, a golden casket, and something hit me. Me and my wife was sitting here talking, and seemed like, you know, Most High just gave it to me right then and there. He gave me a symbolization, gave me a comparison, and I'm just putting my thought out here about what's going on and what we see. Are we being misled? Are we being misguided again? Okay, we already know who behind all of this part is George Soros. We already know he funds and operates Antifa and Black Lives Matter, which we know that the dude is a known Illuminati member. All you got to do is check him out on YouTube. He's just over and over again talking about how he wants to. So this dude he's in the clique. He's in the top 1%ers, right? He's a globalist, a eugenist. And he is backing all of this. You think all the bricks showed up out of nowhere? Because that's what the dude does. I mean, that's information that you can check out. You ain't got to just listen to me. Just Google it for yourself. YouTube it. You'll find out who he is, and you'll see, how he undermines different countries and different governments by weaponizing people to overthrow governments, and they use different situations to do that. They've been doing it for decades. So look at this, okay? We're talking about a golden casket. Now, of course, I'm not in agreement with the way he died. Nobody is. But the pawn, he's a pawn. He's a pawn Z. He's being used for something else, okay? What's the something else that's being going on right now? What's being pushed? What's the agenda? A golden casket. Now, my wife tells me some rapper, some entertainer paid for it all. But there's got to be something else behind this golden casket. And it hit me as we sitting here watching these live protests. Right? Pull up this picture. For those of you that, and some of you may not like this video because how I'm saying about this dude and why are we idolizing and worshiping. What's his name? Then people chant his name. Okay, again, I'm not disputing how he died. It's not a question. It's not a question here. What I'm disputing is how we going about using this as a tool to push other agendas. Okay, you see this, right? Let's go back. Now, I'm gonna read you something, and you need to take your time and bear with me in this video. Listen to what I'm getting to read you. Okay, I just showed you some pictures, so let's go. The golden calf. And I'm going to read this down, not the entirety, but I'm going to read the majority. When the people saw that Moses was long in coming down from the mountain, because he went up to the mountain to the Most High to meet with the Most High to go get the Torah, okay, the law, okay, which if you don't understand right now, this system that's being used right now is trying to get rid of the law. You understand what that means? They want to overthrow the police, the cops. Now, again, there's a police state, but there are also good cops. They want to abolish the entire police department. What does that mean? Satan is trying to get rid of the entire law so he can run anarchy on earth. That'll be hell on earth. You don't want that. So for all you Christians that used to say, I don't know if you still say it now, that we ain't under the law, we got grace and mercy. That's a lie. Because if that wasn't true, oh, we got different kinds of laws. Once the law has come down, Okay, that's the law. You got different laws that come out of that, but the institution of the law is what governs everything we do on this planet. Without that, then you got hell on earth. You got to have law because Satan still exists. So does his army. So the law keeps everybody in check. Without law, nothing is in check. So, yes, this is the final push. This is the agendas. All agendas are being met. Okay, if Satan wants to get his whole entire hookup going for 2020. Okay, the COVID scam didn't work. Okay, so people are now starting to realize we're not in cold season. So take your mask off. All right, cold and flu season is from October to May. There won't be any outbreaks. Atlanta was one of the first major cities open. Had they had any outbreaks? No, and that was before the protests. Okay, so hospitals should be falling over with zombies right about now. So it's one big lie. Now let's keep going. So Moses went up to the mountain to go get the law. He ain't come back time that they thought he should. So now they start tripping. Okay, so now they're looking to do something else. They need somebody else to lead them. So he says now he ain't coming back down. Aaron said, "Come and make us gods who will go before us." All right. As for fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to the dude. He didn't gone, disappeared, he didn't booked up. He left us. Aaron answered, "Take off the gold earrings, your wives, your sons, your daughters, everything. Take off, strip, get naked. Take off all your gold and bring it to me." So all the people took off their gold, their earrings. They took him all their stuff. Guess what they did? They made an idol in the shape of a golden calf, and they dressed it with tulle, meaning they just garnished it up, made it look pretty. And they turned it into a golden calf and turned it into an idol. Okay? Fashioned it with a tool. Then they said, "These are your gods, Israel, who have brought you out of Egypt." And when Aaron saw this, he built an altar. He built an altar. Let's go back. Aaron built an altar. Where are we at? An altar. This dude is being turned into an idol. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, turn it into an altar. All right, verse 5. And tomorrow there will be a festival to the Lord. So the next day, the people rose early and sacrificed burnt offerings. Burnt offerings. We are now in burnt offering stage of the golden calf, the falling away from God, the apostate raising up right now, because this is ungodliness going on after the showing of the God. This is a satanic ritual that we're watching. Satanic. And the satanic meat that was brought before you is a criminal and a dope fiend. Now, I know y'all don't like me saying that, but this dude was creating, he was in the act of a criminal activity trying to pass counterfeit money. And then he's dropping dope out the back of his hand, okay, on the ground. There's video of it. He had dope on him while they arrested him. So the cops really boo-booed, actually, because they didn't see that dude had dope on him. This is what you guys are worshiping and idling. A golden calf. They had built an altar to this dude. Okay? Yeah, is it wrong the way he died? Of course, I'm not saying that. But that was the trigger point. That's all that was. So they failed at the virus. Soros was playing too. Since the virus failed, we need a distraction because people are not buying into the gate stuff no more. They're finding nanobites, okay, micro nanobites, which are microorganisms these are operated through 5G, by the way, through the chip. That's why they're pushing for 5G. People, you ain't got your eyes open. You don't see the whole ball of wax. There's many different things at play that you see at the same time, but they play you and they brainwash you so tough that you don't even realize that everything that you're looking at all goes together. The 5G goes together with the Bill Gates devil chip because he's going to light beam your vaccines through light transfer. And the only mechanism or the only technology that's fast enough to do that is 5G. Super radiation, okay? Super radiation. So it's killing you at the same time. They supposedly want to help you keep all your records, right? Oh, we got chipped up. We got these idiots running around here with I got chipped up t-shirts. Okay, you just took the mark. All of this stuff is working together, okay? Nigel Ennis, a Fox News guest, said live on TV, he said, if you follow the money, you'll follow it all the way back to George Soros. He needs to be deported. Let's keep going down. All right. So the next day, they rose, sacrificed, burnt offerings. Afterwards, they sat down and ate. They went out and tore up the first night. They had some ridiculous rioting going on. So it means they just rinse and repeat. Okay. And sat down and ate, got up, and indulged in their reverie. So now, they out here just clowning. Look at the scripture coming to life right here before you. They're going everywhere, indulging in their reverie. Okay, they're destroying businesses. Hey, these is demons walking the street, ladies and gentlemen. These is devils walking the street. That's what you're watching. Evil spirits coming through human beings. Okay, because you are witnessing the rising of the government of the Antichrist. That's what we're looking at. And they've been turned loose. And where the good people at? You got the KKK infiltrating the police, specifically in southern impoverished areas. Okay, all of these brothers that got killed by the police over the last few years were all indulging in criminal activity. The last little young boy that got shot in the middle of the street by the KKK cop. Okay, this is the race war. This is the other plan B. Okay, the virus didn't work. Let's start the race war. Let's get the stage going. WWE, pro wrestling, they always tell you a story. They set you up, they write a script. Then they get out in the ring and they play it out before you. This is what we're looking at. The television is the ring for this crap. Okay, so at least Vince McMahon tell you what he doing ain't real, but the matches, the physicality is. Okay, so this is the same thing. This is made up drama, but the physicality is real, but it's backed by a big fat lie. Okay, let's keep going back to the scripture. All right, real quick before I end this. So the next day they got up, afterwards they sat down. You see the revelry right now, we're watching it. They just out here clowning. You got good people, but the enemy is lurking, seeking those who he can devour. You got Antifa members seeking to recruit people out in the crowd, telling them what to destroy. Okay, that's where them bricks come from too, George Soros. So let's move up the page just a little bit. Then the Lord said to Moses, "You got to go back down there. Your people tripping. They wilding out down there." And I'm gonna stop right here because we know that when he gets down there, he sees what's happening, throws the Torah down, breaks it, because they down there fooling. So anger is coming next. Judgment, anger is coming next after all of this. But we don't know when it's going to happen. If you follow the book, you see how things are happening in the scriptures just the same way they happen in today. We have built a golden calf, made an altar. That's what the book say Daniel did. He made an altar to a false god, an idol. And then we see what come after that back then in their time. So we see it's a mirror image what's happening now. Same thing, just haughtiness, just people out just to purge. All the movies that they made them on purpose to condition people to accept it, program you to act like a robot because you're plugged into the matrix. So a lot of us out here trying to unplug folk, whatever kind of way we can. But just remember this, research it for yourself. That's all I got to say. And hopefully the Most High give you something too. But this is what I see. And this was just given to me tonight. I told my wife, I got to put a video to this because it's so clear now. It's so clear. An idol golden calf. And what came after that? Ungodly sin. What we seeing now, ungodliness all in the street with these protesters. A race war. So keep your eyes open, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.